Will Grier is the quarterback out of West Virginia. He's entering the 2019 NFL Draft. And I just want to be straight up. I want to cut to the chase. The reason why Will Grier is not being highly considered in the NFL Draft is because of his arm strength. That's the number one problem NFL evaluators have with Will Grier. Let me be clear what that means, too. That doesn't mean he can't throw the ball really far. It's not about distance. NFL evaluators are concerned with the way Will Grier drives the ball downfield, the zip on the ball, the velocity, the speed at which the ball travels. Here's what I don't want people to comment. I don't want people to comment, well, his stats were incredible, Zach. He threw for 3,864 yards, 37 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and a 67% completion percentage. Great. That's all awesome. Frankly, I don't care. Quarterbacks often have great statistics in college. Kellen Moore and Sean Mannion had prolific college careers. College stats do not mean you're going to do well as an NFL passer. Don't give me stats. How about what you see on film? And what I see on film from Will Grier is a guy whose arm is okay. It's not awful. It's not the best either, though. You watch Drew Lock has throws on tape Will Grier simply cannot make. Kyler Murray makes throws Will Grier is not going to make downfield. You see the same thing with Dwayne Haskins. People fear that Will Grier can't drive the ball deep downfield into tight windows. And what's sad is I think because of that, because they're concerned with his arm strength, people are missing and ignoring a lot of the things that Will Grier does really, really well. He's got really good timing. He's able to work all the way across the field when making reads. And he's polished in the pocket. He makes really good decisions. He's underrated as a decision maker in college football. But here's the thing. The NFL's not a charity. If Will Grier's arm strength and mechanics don't improve, he's never going to be a starter in the NFL. Will Grier needs to get better throwing the ball downfield. His arm strength and his mechanics got to get better. Here's what Will Grier does when he throws the football. He does not use his hips when he throws the ball. Will Grier's throwing motion consists of Will Grier's arm doing all of the work. Here's the thing. Throwing a football is kind of like hitting a baseball. You want to drive your hips and generate force. Will Grier does not use his hips to throw a football. He generates all the force with his arm and his upper body rotating. It's really unhealthy, and it limits your ability to drive the ball downfield. I mean, I legitimately feel bad for Will Grier because he does so many things well, and this one trait, part of his throwing motion, is what's holding him back. It's very sad. But not all hope was lost. I mean, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they both came into the NFL and dramatically improved their ability throwing the ball, driving the ball downfield. They really changed their throwing motions and perfected their mechanics. Maybe Will Grier can do the same thing. I mean, it's possible Will Grier finds a way to become a better passer in the NFL. It's also worth noting there are occasional moments where he narrows his base, and we see flashes of what he could become. You know, there are some throws against Texas Tech where he simply looks like a different quarterback with a much stronger arm. So there is hope. He could eventually really improve his arm strength and have a higher chance at success at the NFL level. Honestly, I believe the Patriots and their system are a perfect fit for Will Grier. That's who I hope drafts him. I hope the Patriots pick up Will Grier. Now, look, he's not all perfect. He has some really big issues throwing the football. One of them is this. He throws a lot of 50-50 balls, which means that there's a 50% chance the defender's going to come down with the ball, and there's a 50% chance Will Grier's wide receiver comes down with the football. He relies far too heavily on his wide receivers to make plays for him. He doesn't dime up great throws. He kind of hangs the ball in the air as wide receivers go make incredible plays catching the football. David Sills really bailed him out of a lot of bad throws last year in 2018. He also held onto the ball way too often. Now, in some ways, he's a project, right? He didn't play under center at all at his second college, West Virginia. And you really got to hope he develops his mechanics and improves his arm strength as he spends time during his career. But let's be honest, playing quarterback is not all about the measurables. If he gets put into the right system and is given good enough coaching, he could have some NFL success. But because of what he lacks physically, I mean, the way he throws the ball, he doesn't really drive the ball with a lot of zip. It kind of floats and meanders on its way to its target. Guys like Drew Lock, Dwayne Haskins, Kyler Murray, they're always going to get drafted ahead of him. And frankly, I agree with that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for him. He seems like a great guy. And maybe we'll find out that maybe Will Grier is a diamond in the rough. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to ask for your help. I want this show to grow. I want more people to watch and more people to listen to this podcast. My dream is to do this show as my full-time job. I want to own it myself. I want to do it on the internet and have complete control. I don't want to do it for CBS or ESPN. I don't want to work for a big network. I want to own it myself. And if you believe in that dream, please do me a huge favor. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast. Share it on Facebook, share a link on Twitter, maybe you screenshot it, put it on Instagram. I don't have a marketing strategy beyond this. This is all I have. You know, a lot of people, one of the most common comments I get on YouTube is, you have great content. We love your stuff. You deserve more viewers. What you should do is you should buy ad spaces on Facebook or Twitter or promote yourself and buy revenue, like buy ads. I have no money. I am a broke college kid. I can't buy ad spaces. I don't have money to pay for books. And so my plan, this is my marketing plan, this is my strategy. All I plan to do is put every ounce of effort I have into making the very best podcast I can. I believe if I make a great product that people believe in, that people like, then they will share it with their friends. And so if you agree with that, if you believe in the show, if you like what I do, please do me a huge favor. Tell your friends about it. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.